Hey guys, Alex Khan here. I'm going to do a little retro toy review for you guys. Do you remember the 2008 live-action Speedracer movie directed by the Wachowskis? Well, the movie was based on an old anime called Speedracer, and that was the first anime I grew up watching, and I was a huge fan of Speedracer and all of his racing adventures. Anyways, when the 2008 movie came out, I only bought the RC cars. I was never interested in anything else. But as I got a little bit older, I wanted to get these more static pieces so that I could put them on display. So I'm going to take these out of the box for the first time, and I'm going to show you what they look like up close. Oh, slight correction. I'm not going to take these action figures out of the box, but I'll show them to you anyways really quick. Here's a Royalton of Royalton Racing. And then here we have Spritle and Chim Chim, and here we have Trixie and Snake Oiler. But we're not going to unbox these. I just want to focus on these cars here. After some slight difficulties taking these cars and drivers out of the box, I have finally succeeded. And yeah, you can see each car does have its own driver. Even Cannonball Jack Taylor here in his GRX. Let's take him out so he can look as cool as the other drivers. This guy's really cool looking. And don't worry, I'll zoom in for closer shots in just a second. But this is a nice overhead look at them. We have two Racer Rexes. They look exactly the same. We have two Speed Racers, which are different. We have the more original live-action look, and then we have the retro anime look, which he does also wear in the live-action movie. Here we have Taijo Togokan wearing this really cool Asian-inspired outfit. Don't worry, I will show you close-ups in just a minute. So, who should we start off with? All these cars look really great, by the way. You know, I'm going to do show and tell from right to left here. So, we'll be starting with the Mach 6, then the Mach 5, and then Taijo Togokan's Hangul. I believe that's what it's called. I know his T18 is called a Hangul, so I don't know if his rally car is also called Hangul. And then here we have the GRX, and then here we have the Shooting Star, aka the Meteor. And on the very end, we have the Augory. Gotta say, out of all the Speed Racer anime, the cartoons, the live action movie, the Mach 6 of the live action movie is my absolute favorite car in all of the Speed Racer universe. There was also a cartoon that came out around the time of the live action movie. They also had a Mach 6. That one had a cover on it. I didn't like that one too much, but the Mach 6 is amazing. Whoever designed this car for the movie, they were very inspired to make a car that Speed Racer would drive and be just as iconic as the anime Mach 5. That is some serious talent right there. So this is the car that we see Speed Racer drive in the first race of the live action movie. That would be the Thunderhead race. We also see him drive it during the Fuji Helix Con and also during the final Grand Prix race. And this is the costume that he wears whenever he's driving the Mach 6. So we can actually put him inside of this vehicle. These are really tiny action figures, by the way. So let's put him inside here. Dun, dun, dun. You really got to put him in here really carefully because you don't want to break his legs as you stick him inside the cockpit here. Get in the Speed Racer. All right, let's put him in. Oh shoot, his visor just came off. Don't worry, I have another one. So if this one is broken, then don't worry, I do have a backup. Emil Hirsch. All right, there he is. So this car does have some features. So here we have this little buzz saw at the bottom here. You activate it by pushing this button. And see the lights on it when it swings out? Boom! So if you're passing on the left of Speed Racer, beware because he's going to chop your freaking tires off. So there's that. We also have this feature here. And that activates the missile. Wait, how do I do it? Whoop, that's the wrong one. How do I activate the freaking missile on here? I think it's this. Nope, it's the wrong one. Why won't it come out? That's the wrong one. Anyways, the missile does shoot out. I don't know how to activate it, but you get the gist of it. Oh yeah, and there's this. This opens up and Speed Racer does pop out. Honestly, I'm never going to use these features. I got these for display. Which, by the way, there are 1/24 scale die-cast for the Mach 5 and the Mach 6 live-action cars. They look better than this, but I wanted cars to match the scales of the other cars that I have from this line. But that's the Mach 6 here. Very cool looking, guys. But again, the die-cast version is better. Alright, and whoever designed the Mach 5 for the live-action movie, they did a great job of taking the anime design and going one step further and making it more realistic to the feel, the vibe of the live action movie. So as a fan of the anime, it was very cool to see Speedracer wear this anime inspired outfit, because that's what he wears in the anime throughout the entire series. So it was really cool to see him wear this. But the Mach 5, you only see it race during the Casa Cristo race. That's the one that Pops Racer did not want his son to race in, because that's where they lost, or where they thought they lost Rex Racer in that race. And a little spoiler, if you don't know who Racer X is, it's Speed Racer's brother. And that was the same thing for the anime as well. And I'm having a hard time putting Speed Racer in this car, because these seatbelts are really tough to navigate. Plus the cockpit's a little tight inside, and the doors don't open. But you also see the Mach 5 makes some other appearances throughout the movie. But again, it only races during the Casa Cristo rally race. I wonder, is he supposed to be this much out of the car? There you go. And this car also has some features. It's a double-seater, unlike the Mach 6, which is a T180 single-seater car. So I got him in here. We could probably put Trixie in that side. But yeah, some of the features on here. Actually, the only feature I know, you can open this. See this? And you have these little discs inside, which you can actually shoot out like this. I'll find that later on. By the way, this look of the Mach 5 is the battle-worn look. So it's got some damage from when he's racing at Casa Cristo. So, very cool design. But the 1/24 scale diecast of the live-action Mach 5 is way better looking than this plastic one. But this is cool. This is still a cool display piece. This right here is Taijo Togokan, played by the actor Rain, who's been in another movie. But this car, this toy car was very hard to track down. And this guy also has 2 different cars seen in the movie. He does have his T180, which is called the Hangul. And I'm not sure if the rally car is also called Hangul or not. But this design on this car is absolutely fantastic. Even the design on this guy's costume, look at all the Asian influences on it. It's really cool. You can take his helmet off, but the helmet makes him look really awesome. Which, a little fun fact, in the movie, Trixie also wears this costume when she's trying to pass herself off as Taijo Taigokan when he gets sick from poisoning after a ninja attack. But yeah, this has some features too. It's hard to do it though. How do I do it? Why won't it come out? I don't know. But it's supposed to flip open here. There you go. And there is a rocket which just shot out. Again, I'll find that one later on. We're going to put Taijo Taigokan in this car. But yeah, you only see Taijo Taigokan race this rally car in the Casa Cristo race. The other races, he's racing his T180, which looks really cool. And a fun fact, McDonald's made a version of the T180 Hangul, which I wish that they made that version in this scale too, by Hot Wheels, but they didn't. And this is a really cool looking car. It is hard to find this car if you're looking for it. I freaking love it. Here we have Cannonball Jack Taylor, which was one of Speed Racer's idols. So it was really sad to see just how this guy turns up in the movie. He is not a very good guy, very corrupt. But this car is very interesting because it's called the GRX. If you've seen the anime series, the original one, there was a car called it was also called the GRX, but they only called it that because that's the engine they put inside. And it made the GRX in the anime the fastest car on Earth. That was the name of that episode. It looks nothing like this one, but I think this one was obviously inspired by that fastest car on Earth. But this car design is really cool, by the way. We're going to put Cannonball Jack Taylor inside this car. And this is a T180 design. So it's a single-seater. And you see this car race in the final race in the Grand Prix. I'm trying to put him back in here. There you go. I don't know if Cannonball Jack Taylor has a rally car too. I don't know. But this is the T180, just like Speedracer's Mach 6 here. And again, a really cool design. They kind of messed up on the overspray here. Look at that overspray. Even the wheels got painted yellow. But that's cool. I still think it's a really cool design. Here we have Racer X. And yeah, if you haven't seen the anime, yeah, this is Speedracer's brother, Rex Racer. And just watch the movie. If you haven't watched the movie yet, you're really missing out. This is a very underrated movie. Back in its day, all my friends were making fun of it, but I was a big fan of the anime, and I thought the Wachowskis did a great job of bringing the anime to a live-action vision, which I think exceeded my expectations, and it's really cool. So this is the famous shooting star, which I believe in Japan they call it the meteor, but this is a pretty cool car design, and I don't know how to get this one out, but there is a missile right here, but I don't know how to activate it. But imagine having the missile right next to your head. I would not want to launch that. But very, very cool character, Racer X. This guy is actually a better driver than Speedracer, which I think if you watch the movie, at the very beginning, Speedracer does have a chance of beating his brother's record at the Thunderhead, but he chooses not to. But I think in the grand scheme of things, Racer X or Rex is a much better driver than Speedracer, and that's what they kind of get at in the anime, that Rex is a superior racer. And I wish they had Rex's Mach 4, which is a red car. That was a freaking cool car design. I can't get him in here. Why should you leave it like that? So again, if you played the video game, you know that Racer X's other car, his T180, is known as the Augory. And this is a really cool design, but you only see this car appear at the Fuji Helix Con. So yeah, throughout the rest of the scenes, Racer X drives this car, his shooting star. But let's put him in the driver's seat here. I freaking love this car design. I got some of his stuff in there from the box. Come on, get in there, man. Don't make this video too long. I'm trying to get him situated inside his own freaking car. Man, he really goes in there, huh? All right, so this car also has some features. He has this little weapon at the bottom here. The lights come on. That's impressive. This toy has been out since 2008, and the lights still work on this. What else do we have? We have this, and he shoots out. No! Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I wanted to show that part last, but well, that's what happens, guys. That is what happens when you don't plan your shots out. Okay, so we know what that does. Here is his rocket launcher. Let's hope I can find this. All right, I hit the tripod on purpose there. That's how good my aim is. But yeah, this is the Augory. Very cool car design. And it looks really good. I wish they made a die-cast version in 124 scale here. They had like the little 164 scale die-cast, but I like the bigger stuff. This is about 124 scale. Put these cars a little closer together so that this shot doesn't have to be outrageously large. Let's do it like that. That looks pretty organized. So I do not intend to play with these. I intend to put these on display. I really wish Hot Wheels made die-cast version of the Augory, the Shooting Star, the GRX, and the Hangul in 124 scale in die-cast, just like they did with the Mach 5 and Mach 6, which I'll show you those die-cast models in a different video. But I also wish they made other cars from the movie, like Snake Oiler's car, also Prince Kabbalah. If you watch the anime for Kabbalah, Kabbalah is a freaking awesome character, even though you technically never meet him, since it's actually a Racer X. Sorry, spoiler alert. But yeah, these are going to be display pieces, and I freaking love these cars. If you have not seen the 2008 live-action Speedracer movie, definitely check it out. This is one of the few, green screen CGI movies that I freaking love. Even as the car scenes, even though those are all CGI'd, I actually love those scenes. It's very creative. Because it's based on an anime, I think they chose a more creative path with how the cars operated. It's not they don't operate on real world physics. They operate on their own cartoony, outlandish styles, and it works so well for the movie. And I think they really captured the essence of Speed Racer's very naive but very good doing character. I think that they really nailed the characters' personalities from the anime and translated them so well in live action form. And then with the car designs, oh my gosh, they did a great job making these in live action form. A lot of times, tackling an iconic car look and redesigning them for the future, or for a more up-to-date movie, a lot of times people will fail in that endeavor. But the Wachowskis, whoever designed these cars, they did a great job with them. So I do have a few more plastic cars coming. Like I have the big battle rig, and there's also another Mach 6 coming, which has different features but looks just like this. I'll show you those in a different video as well. But I'm really happy that I tracked down the Hangul of Taijo Togokan, because this is a really cool like graphics design on it. It's got a weird shape to it, but that's his rally car. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have not seen many videos on these plastic Speed Racer cars, and there aren't many videos out there, period, about the Speed Racer merchandise. There's a few out there, but not many. So I wanted to make my own video just to show you what these cars look like. And again, these are about 1/24 scale, maybe 1/23 scale. Maybe I'll make a comparison video in the future with the die-cast versions, but they're very similar size as the die-cast cars. So let me know what you think of these cars. Let me know if you've seen the movie. What do you think of the movie? Do you think the movie is underrated, or do you think it's overrated?